Hello ladies and gentlemen, we all know who the big three of anime are, and we all know that some of these anime are getting their final season, maybe they're on their next generation, or they could have just never stopped to begin with. But it is true that these three are going to be the big three no matter how much people cry. And we also got to look at the other anime that came out because of the big three. All of these newcomer anime are very good and they could be a new big three. The current question is not what's the best anime out of the new generation, but instead the question is who is technically the new generation big three. We have a lot to look at in this video, but before we get started, if you like this type of content, go ahead and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And now then, let's talk about these new gen anime. You watch anime and well, so do I. So the best place to start is to give credit to who won anime of the year. And I mean, well, they won it twice, so big ups. Anime of the year went to Jujutsu Kaisen, and ever since it started, it's been going crazy. Jujutsu Kaisen currently has a total of 2 seasons as well as a movie. And well, both of those seasons have won anime of the year. So clearly the series is doing something right besides the crazy animation we get from MAPPA. Which, by the way, I know about y'all terrible working conditions, you're not gonna fool me. But now let's give Jujutsu Kaisen the praise it deserves, because this anime is about throwing the fist. And as corny as it sounds, if you're looking for an anime to start fighting right away that's not Dragon Ball, this is it. Jujutsu Kaisen takes part of a world that is technically supposed to be realistic. You're either born with the ability to be strong or you're just not. And when it comes to JJK, we get to follow a character that is not only gifted but also gets a gift later on. Or I guess sooner rather than later, but whatever. With that being said, the general idea is to take citizens and keep them out of harm's way. The funny thing is that's not always possible, plus those citizens can kind of be the reason why you're in a situation to begin with. So when it comes to this series, your main character might get blown back, but it's also true that anyone can get blown back. And I mean, they also have this dude, so I mean, what else can I say about that? Jujutsu Kaisen has shown us that it's one of the best newcomers amongst this generation. However, another anime that is also in contention is My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia is currently on its 7th season right now, which is kind of crazy. I mean, if you have 7 total seasons, you have to be doing something right. Now, My Hero is not as hard shot as some of the other competition on this list, but please don't get me wrong, you're still gonna see hands getting thrown and characters getting put in the dirt. But this show is also a grand seller for a different audience. I know us fellow weebs just don't really know about this, however, there's a lot of females that watch My Hero. And that's a really good thing for shonen anime, because you could assume they're gonna watch something like Sailor Moon. But My Hero Academia does a great job keeping its cast appealing to all different types of life. And I mean, that's how you sell things such as cosplays and plushies, right? Merchandise for My Hero's probably going crazy, because who doesn't want a Todoroki doll? And even if you can't get yourself a Todoroki doll, why not just dress up as a My Hero character? It's insane to think about the reach that My Hero has towards different audience. And I will say, while we may never get the chance to see these characters grow up in the future, it's still great to have a holistic view of what they're trying to achieve in the future. And we could also talk about how My Hero has several different movies in theaters. Doesn't mean it's necessarily the best, but you have to count it for something. And oh, speaking of animes that are getting a movie, how about this one? Chainsaw Man is one of the newest animes on this list, also produced by MAPPA. Now, I still ain't forget how y'all be, don't do it. But before Chainsaw Man came out, everyone and their mom were saying that Chainsaw Man is going to be the new big thing. And at the time of this video, we have a full season completely done, as well as a movie coming up in theaters. But while some people may still see aspects in Chainsaw Man in other animes such as Jujutsu Kaisen, CSM still feels a little bit more tough compared to other newer gen anime. While it is true the main character Denji is technically immortal, he also can die in a blink of an eye. And the thing is, that's also true with other characters that exist within this world. Chainsaw Man does a great job showing the viewers you don't know who to trust and who can die in the next episode. So realistically speaking, the series feels a little bit more high stakes and high reward. As I mentioned before, this is the newest on the list, therefore if you're an anime only fan, then you've not seen anything yet. But I for sure can tell you as a fan that this show is really based off of new reveals. So as we get the movie as well as going into season 2, which will for sure happen, you should expect a lot more. Could you say that the first season was a little bit lackluster compared to how fans hyped it up? Maybe, but maybe time will tell when it comes to CSM. Now, to take a quick breather, I do want to say I want to see your Mount Rushmore for new anime. We have a couple more to talk about, but if you're enjoying this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you hit subscribe. Now then, let's talk about the next couple of animes that could be on your wall. And the next big banger we have on this list is Demon Slayer. If you know anything about Demon Slayer, then this anime did numbers. Soon as the first episode came out being sung by Lisa, it was over for everyone. Everyone that watched the series had instant hype because of the animation. And not too long after, we got a movie that did record number sales. Demon Slayer is currently gearing up for its 4th season of the series. And overall, the Demon Slayer series started off a new revelation for animation. Also, Demon Slayer is very kid friendly because of the amount of jokes they have within the episodes. And I mean, there is a whole lot of comedy. But again, the series will sometimes put that aside to focus on the story, which I mean, it could be lackluster. However, that's a separate video that we'll pin at the very end. But so far on this list, Demon Slayer is the only one that is currently completed. So as a viewer, if you have seen the 1st or 2nd season, it doesn't get much crazier than that. But again, we have to realize that Demon Slayer did what it did and got the numbers it deserved. Next on the list, we're going to look at an anime that is for sure not a fan favorite, and that is Black Clover. Now just to make this clear, Black Clover is not a bad series, even if the animation sometimes falls off. Black Clover is the anime that focuses on magic, even though every one of these animes technically focuses on magic. However, Black Clover does it a little bit differently using grimoires as long-range attack. Now some characters such as Asta, our main protagonist, is a physical wielder, but majority of characters you see will not be participating in physical combat. But that really doesn't matter because Black Clover's whole world is that you have one ability using the grimoire that you have. If your grimoire sucks, then you suck. And as you get further along in the series, you see how different characters try to combat that truth. Most people would get very annoyed by the main character Asta, which is understandable. However, this is a series that they want you to watch the characters grow. So if you did not stay in tune for the near 200 episodes they have, then you probably didn't make it to the better portion of the series. And plus, if you look at some of the different arcs that Black Clover has, then you could maybe say these are some of the best arcs in anime. But again, every anime has pros and cons, and especially that is true for Black Clover. But speaking of an anime that they wanted you to stay for the long haul, then here's Boruto. Boruto is an anime / manga that got success from a previous series. If it wasn't for Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, then Boruto would not exist. And really, that's the biggest problem that people have with Boruto. Boruto is just based off of the success that Boruto's dad had. And some viewers may find it kind of sucky because you never get to see it from the start. Or I guess Boruto never has to start from start. You never have to watch Boruto learn things such as hand-to-hand combat or ninjutsu. When you watch Boruto, it's like he has all of that from the start, plus he gets extra powers from Momoshiki. But listen, if you have been watching the whole series, then you know that it gets much bigger after a while. It may have taken a few years, however, they just hit the time scale. And because of everything currently going on right now with the series, it's really picked up. Technically speaking, Boruto could live alone as a solo entity without Naruto itself, but it is probably best that you watch Naruto to lead into Boruto. And that being said, Boruto is still considered a new generation anime. We're not putting the Boruto series at the same level as One Piece. So while it is technically true, it's not the start of the series and seems kind of unfair, it is still a new gen anime and it's kicking it into high gear. Now these are my personal top picks for the new big three. There's a lot of other anime out there such as Hell's Paradise or Vinland Saga, and even some anime that have barely started. However, these 6 seem to be in the biggest competition with one another. So I'm gonna ask again in the comments down below, let me know who your new big three are. And just to engage us a little bit more, I'm gonna put my big three in the comments down below as well. It's honestly easier for me to do that, and plus I can engage with you guys what you think. But hey, if you think there's another anime that should be on this monumental list that's not here, let me know. And plus, this is all for fun, man. Breathe. Now then, thanks for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And if you're wondering what to watch next, I promise I was going to talk about Demon Slayer over here. And again, thank you for all the support and love, and especially to the Patreons. Until next time, take care. Peace.